my trophy whenever I say so.
Yeah. Those are the kind of splits that friendships are ruined over.
Graves is going to start things up here with a Founder Street Denizen, a mountain there for Williams. Pass the turn back. Our finals are underway here for our Standard Open. And there's a Burning Tree Emissary. There's another Burning Tree Emissary. An attack here for 3. Williams is on 5 cards. And going to shock that. So no damage will be dealt. Williams will draw.
So after all these mulligans, it's really important for Caleb to find a creature. Now, I should also clarify that it's important for him to find a second land, which he has not done yet.
Yep.
But he can come back. Never mind.
Jesus.
I was going to say if he finds a creature, he can come back, but we're sort of...
All right, there's a shock.
Oh, okay, all right. If he finds a young Pyromancer, has some removal spells, he can get back in this.
He can play a little bit here. Second land is important. Yeah, fire from Mutavault, attack for 8. That's a 2-turn clock now. Well, third shock. All right. He's got to find a second land for Young Pyromancer right now, assuming that he has Young Pyromancer in his hand.
Even just chain together some removal spells could do something. All right, well, again, even if Caleb has something like Magma Jet here, he's still in this. Graves has to flood out real bad.
Yeah.
Real bad.
Here's the attack. Is there a removal spell? I mean, this is a situation where he can't play around, Rebel Maka or Titan Strength, any of that stuff. He can't play around any of those cards.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't even bother trying. Let's see what this is. There's a jet. Searing Blood in one of the cards.
And one of them's Sacred Foundry, so if he's on, say, other Searing Bloods, he's keeping.
He has a War Leader's Helix in hand. I mean, he needs Graves to brick off like crazy, obviously, but...
Yeah.
What was that draw? I think that was Big Papa Maka. There's a block. Nope. Down to 2. Foundry Street Denizen. Draw. Blood.
All right, well.
Hope you brick.
Fingers crossed.
Cackler.
Whoa.
Oh, this is awkward. Oh, that's awkward.
Whoa.
Oh, no. I don't think it's going to come back to hurt him, but that's a touch awkward.
Yeah.
Yep, that's going to do it. Tyler Graves is going to win game number 1. Maybe his only misstep of the tournament so far. Up a game here over Caleb Williams. Forgot to play that Cackler pre-combat, but he gets the job done anyway, as Williams did mulligan to 5. So we're going to come on back through the booth really quickly here. Don't anticipate this match is going to take very long. So our winner for premium for the full year will be announced here. Not too long. You've got the rules, and I have the question.
After Cedric over here asks his question, tweet your answer at SCG Live and hashtag SCG Premium. Of the correct responses will be selected at random for a full year of Star City Games premium content. Please keep in mind this contest is run at the sole discretion of StarCityGames.com, and that Twitch TV is in no way responsible for giveaways on its streams.
Next week in the Open Series coming to Atlanta, Matthias Hunt will be in the booth. He'll be joined by a special guest, and if you know the name of that special guest, you can either put in his name or preferably his Twitter handle.
Because he enjoys interacting with people on social media.
He does.
So much.
He loves doing that. So if you can name the guest that Matthias Hunt will be joined by in Atlanta next week for the Open Series.
Extra ping pong balls in the thing that we draw out of if you include this person's Twitter handle.
Mm-hmm. So I would do that for Jerry Thompson. I would include his Twitter handle.
Right.
Did I just give away?
That's okay. Don't worry about it.
The answer?
Don't worry about it.
Just give away the
What's
answer.
important is to tweet at him.
Yeah,
I would. Really
that's how you win, is if you use his Twitter handle. And we will announce the winner of the person that does use his Twitter handle at the conclusion of our final round, which will probably be in like 4 minutes.
Right.
Because this matchup does not take very long at all.
No, it does not.
Very quick. And truthfully, I don't really know who I feel like is in favor, like who's the favorite in this matchup.
So I will say that I assumed on paper that Byrne would have an edge in the matchup. You have Young Pyromancer, Chandra's Phoenix. These are great weapons. Searing Blood, War Leader's Helix. Yeah. After playing the matchup a little bit in the City Trials, I have a different perception of the matchup.
Oh, you feel like Rebel Red may be favored now?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that if Red White Burn can get one of its creatures to stick, then it has a really good shot. Because Young Pyromancer generates a lot of blockers. Chandra's Phoenix isn't something that Rebel Red can block. You can also play defense in certain games. You can be trading, burning their face, getting your Phoenix back, blocking again. But without a creature, it's really hard to race their deck with Burn.
Well, take a look at the sideboards here. Caleb will be on the play. So you see the 2 Banishing Lights, 3 Chain to the Rocks, 2 Eidolon the Great Revel, 4 Satyr Fire Dancer, 2 Chandra Power Master, and 2 Glare of Heresy. My red mage, what do you like?
I think the Chain of the Rocks are the best cards in the sideboard here by a mile. After that, I think Satyr Fire Dancer is okay, though Thomas is bringing in probably more removal as well. Banishing Light and Chandra are mediocre, but could come in.
On Graves' side, we've gone over this sideboard quite a few times this weekend because he has not lost much, or at all. 2 Boros Reckoner, a Dyna Charge, 3 Eidolon on the Great Revel, a Harness by Force, 3 Magma Sprays, 2 Museum Mortars, 2 Skull Cracks, and a Mutavault.
So the Magma Sprays are excellent in this matchup. Kills everything that Caleb brings to the table. You know, the Satyr Fire Dancers in the sideboard, Exiles, Chandra's Phoenix, Young Pyromancer, Mutavault on defense, all good stuff there. I think that the 2 copies of Boros Reckoner are really well suited for this matchup too. If Caleb has to use burn spells removing it, that's a big problem. Besides that, you know, the Dyna Charge I think is pretty poor here. I don't think he really wants much more creature removal beyond the Magma Sprays. He can bring in Skull Cracks if he wants more burn. And if he wants to fight over Warlady's Helix a little bit, but I think that that card overall is pretty mediocre.
Game number 2 will be underway here shortly. Again, we got about 270 players here for our Legacy Open. And we'll be joining that, it looks like, during round number 4 today. So if you guys are looking forward to some brainstorms and some fetch lands, along with probably some Thalias, this is the place to be. We also have a Modern Premier IQ taking place. And hopefully we can check in on that a little bit. Nick Miller in the sideboard, we're taking care of both tournaments. And we do have, you know, kind of updates on what's doing well in that tournament. We'll let you guys know. So a lot of matches to be played here in St. Louis today. 3 champions to be crowned before we get the heck out of here tomorrow morning. And then you and I have, we have weeks off of work.
Oh, yeah. I didn't even know that I had the next weekend off. This is
still unbelievable to me.
I found this out looking at the schedule for the first time.
This is unbelievable to me that you did not know you had the Konstantar Cure pre-release off of work where everyone has the weekend off work.
Well, whatever.
It's just unfathomable. For me, I have 3 weeks off of work after
So
this
now
show.
I gotta go find a pre-release to play it.
You do. You do.
I guess I don't have to, but I will.
No, you have to. I need you to know the cards. It's important to me.
Well, I'm gonna do a lot of research.
Okay.
Poring over a visual spoiler, getting familiar with all the names. Or at least the names of the wedges. I'll at least go that far.
Thank you so much.
I am a consummate professional.
No.
I will know the names of keywords and of the wedges. Past that, I promise you very little.
All bets are off.
All bets are off.
Yeah. I'll do the heavy lifting. I have no problem with that.
Yeah.
The wedge names, are they as difficult to pronounce as I think they are? I don't
They
understand.
are not smooth. They are definitely not. They are not Bants and Juns and Espers. That's for sure.
Like, I haven't begun my practice on them, you know? It's like, is it Timor? Is it Timur? Is it Abzan? Is it Abzan? It's like a little game.
I'll try to get. They should have some sort of, you know, I'm trying to think of the name of the program. The tape where you learn how to speak a foreign language.
That hooked on phonics?
No, that's a different thing.
Oh, okay.
But it's the same concept, basically.
Rosetta Stone.
Rosetta Stone.
There it
That's
is.
right, Rosetta Stone. We need that for Magic.
Hook in on phonics.
Yeah,
We could use that for Magic.
right.
Very nice. Just simply for, like, Theros alone.
We can settle all these old debates. Is it Jite or Jit? Is it Aether or Ether? All those.
Is it Emrakul or Emrakul?
Who says Emrakul?
Osip Lebedovich.
It's not Emrakul. Let me weigh in. I don't need the tape for that one. It's not Emrakul.
Annihilator 6 via Emrakul.
Yeah.
Both players will draw 7.
I'd rather him call it Easy E than Emrakul.
Well, you let him know that. That's fine. You guys are good friends after all.
It's true.
See if Williams can keep his 7. Rolled to 5 last game. He's keeping. It's the Sacred Foundry. We're underway in game number 2. It's Mountain, Legion Loyalist in for 1. Williams is
Bang.
down to 19. Just the way you like it.
Yep, get started.
In your kitchen. No creature. No Young Pyromancer. I suppose Mutavault counts as a creature. Mountain the draw here for Graves. It's an attack. If I was Williams, I would snap him off.
Really?
Just because it's my friend. I would try to get him.
Yeah. You think that the odds that Graves is bluffing you is so high because he's a friend and you're on camera?
Yeah, I'd try to snap him off.
I like the logic. It doesn't seem like it's worth it over 1 point of damage.
It's not about that. It's about proving a point.
Right.
We live together. You can't do this to me on camera. Lightning Strike's going to take down the Firefish Striker. It's a mountain and passing the turn back over to Graves.
So the Lightning Strike there, this is kind of telling of how I feel about the matchup. In the event that, Caleb has a creature involved in his hand, those kind of exchanges are great. He's either damage racing and controlling the board or generating tokens. But when it's just use my removal spell on your creature, that's not really a game Caleb can win.
Midval trades with Legion Loyalist, but Hall of Triumph is huger, making the creatures a little bit bigger. Temple of Triumph will allow Scry. Williams going to leave it on top. Graves will draw a card. Lightning Strike is what he's found. All you can do is pass the turn back here. Stuck with a really awkward hand. A couple copies of Stoke the Flames, a couple copies of Rubble Belt Maka, and a Lightning Strike. And now a Dyna Charge.
Ugh. We're
going upstairs with a Warleader's Helix. Caleb's going to go up to 22. Graves down to 16. Williams will draw another copy of Temple of Triumph. That's going to come into play. A little Scry action here. Keep it on top there. Graves draws Eidolon of the Great Revel. That's a 3-3 now, of course, because of the Hall. 2 mana. Maybe not.
If Caleb has Searing Blood in hand, it's got a lot more complicated.
A little awkward.
When I was building various burn lists over the last year, in matchups like this, I always liked having something like Boros Reckoner in the sideboard, Stormbrush Dragon. So when you had to play a control deck role, you had some creatures that you could go to. But it's pretty awkward to play a control deck role with all spells.
Stoke the Flames going upstairs, 12 to 22.
Players, this is the last call for signups for the Modern Premier IQ. Last call, players.
In for 3.
Modern Premier IQ.
Bang. Gonna light him up again, maybe.
Oh, yeah. So nice, I'll do it twice.
6? How about 9? That'll get you thinking. 9 damage going to come across. Williams down to 13.
Kind of a bummer to use the Makas when you're stuck on 3 lands like that. Because
yeah.
With the Hall of Triumph in play, they're so close to being a palatable deal. 4 mana 4/4 is like, that's a real Magic card, you know?
Basically unbeatable.
Yeah.
So now this game is a lot closer. Williams going to draw a card. This Hall of Triumph is really putting a cramp in his style.
Yep. You got to just cast this Searing Blood. Be a lot easier.
Mm-hmm. 2 mana here. Not just yet. Williams going to give this turn a lot of thought. He could start by firing from Mutavault, maybe get into the red zone if he's feeling that's safe. Doesn't have to worry about a card like Magma Spray and Shock from Graves.
Though,
that would be 2 damage.
Yeah, the Eidolon makes all those kind of considerations a lot more on the air on the side of don't bother playing around it. But the damage race really swung that last turn. That was a huge shot that Caleb took.
There is the Searing Blood. He'll have to take 2 to do that. I hope he knows it doesn't. Okay, second Searing Blood makes this awesome.
Yeah, this is really powerful now. Though, that's still a lot of damage.
There's a real chance he might Magma Spray his own guy.
If he has it, if he has it, so it exiles, right?
Yeah. We'll take a look at Searing Blood.
I think Searing Blood does not trigger in this scenario.
Yeah. When that creature dies this turn.
Yeah.
You can see both players kind of taking a look at the cards here.
Yeah, this is fine for Graves.
It's a weird exchange, but it works out in his favor. There's Satyr Fire Dancer. That's going to come through now. And pass the turn back. Mountain.
And I think that there's 9. There might be a Stoke and 2 Lightning Strikes in Thomas's hand. So if he gets through this turn without Caleb killing him or gaining life, that's it.
Mutavault. Beatdowns in for 3. Graves goes down to 7. I have a feeling some flames are about to be stoked.
Yes, just put Caleb to the test now. See what's up.
Put you down to 5. Tommy Graves has not lost a match yet this weekend. And unfortunately for Caleb Williams, It won't be right now. 2 lightning strikes, and that is going to do it. Thomas Graves is going to win this match and this tournament. He is your Star City Games Standard Open champion here in St. Louis.
Very impressive stuff, and that match is a very good indicator of why I don't like the red-white burn side of this, even though the general consensus is that the burn deck is favored. Without a creature in play, it's so awkward trying to contain the Rabble Red board just by using burn spells and then trying to periodically throw burn at Thomas's head. It's very tricky to navigate that. And as a result, Caleb never really got enough pressure into play, nor could win the game quickly enough. And Graves, even though his draw was pretty poor that game, was able to finish the job.
Congratulations to Thomas Graves on it. Very, very impressive tournament. #1 overall seed. Started the tournament 9-0, not 8-0 in a 10-round tournament, 9-0. Ended up playing round 9, won the match, drew round 10 against Peter Tragos, and then destroyed this top 8. Did he lose a game?
Yes, he did. He lost a game to Mono Black.
Yep,
to Mono Black.
1 game in the semis. That is